Good morning, it's the morning of day 2, my final full day here. Tomorrow I just wake up and leave. Ooh, how sad, but it's only meant to be a short trip and I'm really looking forward to it. I'm trying to hold some money back for the big foreign trips when they're allowed. So I'm kind of nibbling at the abroad trip budget, but trying not to waste too much time just sat around at home. So the plan for today is we're going to head right down to the end of Cornwall, so towards Land's End and places like that. So I'll show you on the map. But in terms of getting there to our first location, which is Charlestown Harbour, it's the same kind of roads. So here we are, no eggs this morning, just a cup of tea. So I'm on the lookout for a cafe as we go along. If not, some shop with a little sandwich would do the trick. But essentially this is the journey I did yesterday. So I take off from just down here, and then petrol. I went along Goliath Falls, Jamaica Inn, Tintagel Castle, Port Isaac, Port Quinn, and then I went all the way down past Bodmin, all the way down, and then I continued down to Looe, and then I found out anything I wanted to do in Looe was shut, so I then got back on the same road, and I went to Fui. And I got a tiny little ferry there as well, as we saw. So the goal is today, Charlestown. So we're off to Charlestown. It's a very old port and it's got loads of tall ships, and it's essentially a very, very close idea of what it used to be like here. So we'll start in Charlestown, and that's where I'll start most of the filming for today. Well, here we go. We're here at Charlestown Harbour. You missed absolutely nothing. The roads were really boring, so definitely colder than it was yesterday. Unfortunately, I lost all of my audio due to really windy conditions, and it was not as sunny as it seemed. So I'll just do a voiceover and I'll talk you through some things. So we see this chute here sticking out the wall. Well, that was for dropping clay down onto the ships, and actually in the 18th century that side of the town was known as the White City because of the amount of dust the clay created, which turned all the buildings and anything nearby white. And from years and years of clay dust you can still see the white stripes in the brickwork that they just haven't got rid of over time, and that gives you an idea of how dusty it must have been around here. As well as still being a working harbour with angle grinders and sanding machines running all day, they're also doing up the harbour wall. I couldn't get as close as I wanted to, and again the wind was so strong I had to voice over this bit. But essentially, it wasn't as scenic as I'd hoped for, but I suppose that's what you get for travelling off season. I imagine in the summer it's brilliant, you can walk right over to the wall if you like, but this was me stuck at the barrier. So I think we'll move on to a different angle and I'll show you from up there. Here you go, here's a better look. It's a bit warmer up here as well. So this is the old clay chute. And this side of the town used to just be covered in white clay apparently. So they dump it in there and then it fall down that chute and onto the ships, which I also imagine were just as white as all the clay. Soviet signs, sure it means something different down here. There we go, Charlestown Harbour. How absolutely lovely. So it's 18th century harbour for long ships as we see today. Quick update, it's just stopped being windy for 2 seconds. So there's Charlestown, so I thought we could check out Mevagissey, picturesque village, have a look at that, and then we'll go from there all the way along down to Lizard Point. Well, hello, we're here at Charlestown Harbour and just had a look around, so you saw on the phone footage. So we've now got both the cameras set up, and the next stop is a little place called Mevagissey, which is only 6 miles away, so it's just saying about 20 minutes to get there. And I thought we'd have a look, and then we carry on down the long stretch towards Lizard Point. It's much closer to the coast now, so it's a lot colder, but I'm enjoying it so far. Gear might help. I'm not sure what's going on there. Anyway, so it's a lot colder. If I see a little gift shop that sells a hat, I'm going to get one. I think I'm going to make a hat part of my permanent touring kit now. So it really just takes the edge off. I put my little neck scarf on, and that is quite nice, but not quite the same. So there are other people on holiday as well, seemingly, but not as many as I expected. But I suppose it's the middle of the week, isn't it? Normal people still have jobs. I got offered some work, which is brilliant. Sadly I didn't get the open air work because I was not free for all of it, but they've said, do I want to come and help set up? So that'd be nice. It's Monday to Friday, it's enough work to keep me ticking over while it gets back to how it normally was. So that'll be nice. I'm looking forward to that. Something to do as well, that's the main thing. So it's only about 9 to 5, which is in normal terms in theatre like a half job basically, but it's going to be quite physical I think, so I'm not going to ask for any longer days because it's dragging this staging around and putting up the lights. I normally just do the lights. So you didn't miss much, although I was on the dual carriageway and there were police hiding around the corner on my side of the road, which was a bit unnerving because my sat-nav was saying 60, but there were no signs telling you it's a 60, and it was a dual carriageway, so it should be 70, so I'm hoping they saw me drop my speed by 15 miles per hour. I was doing like 72 basically, because I thought it was a dual carriageway, so that's normally totally fine, but it's such a long stretch of the road. Why it's a 60 I don't know, but yeah. So apart from that, you really miss nothing on the way here, and you're not missing much now to be fair. I'm stuck doing 20 in a little lane. Just weird. All the cows. Oh, they're all lying down. Oh no, that normally means rain, doesn't it? Well, I've got my waterproofs. Weight limit, that's not me. Great, let's go through the town centre, show you around.
3273 Church Street. Then you have reached your destination. It is on your right. Turn right. Then you have reached your destination. It is on your right.
So I know absolutely nothing about this town, unfortunately, other than it looks really sweet. And that's what we want, harbour parking.
You have reached your destination, Market Square.
Parking, harbour, yeah. Public parking this way, yeah, that's me, I am public. Get a quick thumbnail photo. Absolutely lovely. Very scenic indeed. And there we go, that's exactly what I was looking for. Pasties and a bit of parking. Perfecto. Right, I'll show you around. Well, here we go. That was the lovely little town of Mevagissey, and yeah, it's great. I've had a pasty, a little drink. Seagull did a poo on my bike, so I had to wipe that off, but yeah. Lovely and scenic. So let's get going. Thank you.
Turn left, then.
But very cold.
Turn right.
Thankfully Fatface had a sail on, so I've gone for that.
Full Street, then take the second left.
Second left.
Turn left in 3273 River Street.
And there we go. That was Mevagissey. Some very helpful directions from a local on how to get out. So now we've got 42 miles to go down to Lizard Point, and then I'll definitely have a cup of tea there and then I'll warm up and we'll carry on down to Land's End, which I imagine will be even colder, but not a problem now. I've got a hat, and I've got a bag that's done up. Yeah, and I've got a bag that's done up. And then we'll see how it's going, but the general vibe seems to be it's too windy for the drone today. I've not yet found anywhere to fly it, because I enjoy flying it and then I really enjoy sharing it with you guys as well, so let's keep an eye on that. Oh, there we go, up to flush shift. I'm feeling a lot better. This morning I wasn't feeling 100%, I think because I had just so much greasy food yesterday, and I had chips twice in a row and ice cream in the middle, and you know, it's a bit of a shock. It's not quite my normal diet. So not that I'm on some major health kick, but I think my body was a bit confused where all this grease had come from. So I didn't feel 100%, but I just keep remembering, fill up that water, go through that bottle, general stuff. So next up we're heading to Lizard Point. From what I remember from last time, it's incredibly steep. Pick your road and you're going down or up, essentially. No other way to describe it. I do really enjoy learning about the history of these places. Welcome back. There are obviously no motorways once you turn off them and you get to this sort of area. So the A390 and the A360 and the A39, as we're on now, or the A390 again, they're pretty much your main ones, to be honest. And that's it really, I suppose. Once you've done your motorways, it's basically this, so it's very good. Sorry I haven't been filming much of that journey. There was nothing to see. I was stuck behind a sort of crane and loads of lorries and a huge queue of cars. And normally I can overtake. That's better. So yes, normally there's opportunities for overtaking, but not on that road. So yeah, that was dull. But we're past Falmouth now. Does it look very open? It doesn't look very open particularly either. We'll see what the other ones are like, and then maybe I'll come back past that one. Well, it's been a lot slower than I was hoping for, but we're 3 miles away from Lizard. The most slow of that because we were following that crane followed by some lorries, so we were doing 15 in a 60, and I don't know how long it went on for, but I lost the track of time. And there were moments where I could overtake, so I got a few cars ahead, but really, like, it's hardly worth it. And you should have seen the size of the crane. It was not worth going anywhere near. It was like this huge, swinging around the thing. It needed loads of lanes. It was I would not want to be anywhere near it when it turns, basically, so I'm just hanging back. So Lizard Point, I've forgotten all the history about it. I think it's going to be about 50p. Hello there.
Welcome to Lizard Point.
Thank you very much.
Motorcycles are free and really nice now. The cafes are all open today, and it's pretty glorious. It's a little bit out, but you can over there and enjoy.
Excellent, thanks very much. That was worth an incredibly long journey to get here. Brilliant. Well, he said everything's open, so let's unpack and go and explore. Here we go, we've arrived at Lizard. I'm just here with my boys. Okay, we're having wind problems again here. What I'm trying to say is that behind me is the emergency foghorn, and in the oldie days, this could be wound by hand to alert ships, along with the lighthouse you see over my left shoulder. I had hoped for a tour, and I was told everything was open, but again, all the doors were locked, and there was no real touristy welcome, so I decided to move on and go for a walk down onto Lizard Point. So here we are, this is the old lifeboat station, built in 1914. Want to know how I know? Says it on the top. But yeah, so this is the old lifeboat station. It's built in 1914, it's used by the RNLI, and I can only imagine the scenes this place has seen. And it's absolutely lovely, but of course it's not a very stable structure now, so they don't let people inside. And it's still a working little port as well for the fishermen, so we've got a selection of fishing boats here, and they are still being used by the looks of things. So there we go. And I would say the UK is not normally this sunny, but recently it has been absolutely lovely, so very, very good fun. And again, I've been here before, but it's just so nice to share it with you all and see it again, really. And again, this slipboat was made in 1884, so it's been here a little while. And if you want to know how I know that, it's because it says it there. But there we go, so it's an absolutely lovely place. I've just ditched the bag so I can move a bit more freely. So just show you around it. So obviously there's the lifeboat station. That's their old launch. And then bosh, straight out into the big sea. This is a relatively calm day as well, so I can't imagine what it would be like knowing that you've got to go down that ramp and be out there in the choppiest of storms and waves. But some brave people in that RNLI. That's just quickly as well, it would be perfect for a drone shot here, but there's strict signs saying no drones, and although it's very calm down here, when I was up there it was incredibly windy, so now wouldn't be the place to lose it, and I'm sure you guys understand. Well, there you go, that was Lizard Point and Lizard Lighthouse. Let's go check out Mullion Cove then, shall we? That will do just nicely. So here we are, just a little detour. This is Mullion Harbour, and this was built between 1893 and 1895 to support the fishing industry, and it still remains as a working fishing harbour, although obviously not as busy, and it was gifted to the National Trust in 1945. Right, let's go for a walk on the seawall and I'll show you around a bit. And again, this is Mullion Harbour, and it's a lot windier and colder than it looks. I'd really hoped to get the drone out, but again there were strict signs and we were getting deep into National Trust territory here. This footpath had also collapsed due to rockfall, and I wasn't allowed to walk on it. But I managed to get my camera up and over the wall, and I hope you enjoyed to see what's over the other side. And there we go, I hope you enjoyed that. I am going to finish this episode slightly early, as the next part of the video is me going to Land's End, so I thought I'd just save that journey for one Land's End based video. So I really hope you enjoyed today, and I hope to see you back for the final episode. I've got some great trips coming up, and I really look forward to sharing them with you. So if you haven't subscribed, please do. All that happens is you get a little notification in the top right of your YouTube when I put a video up, and it just means you don't miss out. So I hope to see you very soon, and I hope you enjoyed this episode. Thanks so much for watching, and feel free to stick it in the comments, your thoughts on the video. And the next video will be coming out on Friday, so I hope to see you there for the final instalment of me in Cornwall, and then I'll see you on the next trip. So thanks very much for watching.